A very good afternoon. You're watching Lunchtime News live here on News First with me, Mahina Bongso. Here are the headlines. Wildlife veterinarians commence a strike. Strict action to be taken against Grama Seva officers who do not assist in the revision of electoral lists. And wildfires rage on in Brazil. Moving on to news from here at home first, the Ministry of Public Administration says that strict action will be taken against Grama Seva officers who do not distribute census forms to revise the electoral lists. Secretary to the Ministry, D. Disanayaka, said that district secretaries have been instructed to take action against such officers. He added that complaints in this regard can be submitted directly to the Ministry as well. The census to update the 2010 electoral lists is already underway. The Election Secretariat noted that this process will be completed by the 15th of next month. A house has come under a wild elephant attack in the Digampatha area in Sigiriya. According to area residents, the elephant in question has even caused damage to cultivations in the vicinity.
The wild elephant attack on the house had occurred at around 11 last night. Area residents charged that the elephant was from the Galkanda reserve in the Digampatha area. When inquired, Sigiri Forest Ranger B. Premadas said that steps will be taken to drive the elephant away from near these villagers in the Digampatha area by this evening. He further said that if this measure is taken during the day, the elephant may wander into other villages. Premadas added that wildlife officers have been stationed for the protection of the villagers.
The residents of several villages in the Galnava Divisional Secretariat are severely affected by the threat of wild elephants.
The villages affected by the wild elephant menace include Kandulegama, Nikattegama, Valpalugama and Kumbukvava. Area residents point out that both their property and cultivations are constantly destroyed by these elephants. A house which had a paddy storage facility was attacked by wild elephants in this manner.
We can't even bring our harvest home. The animals breaks into our homes and eats our crops. When people fall sick, they are afraid to travel to the hospital, saying the elephants will attack and kill them.
Pepper, banana and every other variety of trees in our gardens are being destroyed by these elephants. We face many difficulties during the harvesting season.
I only ask that the relevant authorities to take steps to prevent the human-elephant conflict somehow.
Area residents note that the electric fence which was constructed from the Rasvere area had ground to a standstill in the Kandulugamu area. They point out that even the completed section of the fence is not maintained properly. The villagers request the authorities to extend the fence to cover their village as well. When we spoke to the Nikattegam Grama Seva officer WMAP Kumar in this regard, he said that the next phase of construction of the electric fence is to commence in the near future. At the same time, he observed that area residents must take a greater interest in protecting the completed section of the fence.
Parliamentarian Sarath Fonseca was produced before Colombo Chief Magistrate Rashmi Singapole today on a charge of allegedly harbouring army deserters during the last presidential election. When the case was called up, the State Council informed court that charges will be filed against his then election secretary, Captain Seneka Haripriya, in the High Court. Subsequently, court ordered Parliamentarian Sarath Fonseca and Captain Seneka Haripriya to be produced before court once again on the 30th of this month. An influx of tourists into the Anuradhapura area has left the Thisavava in an unclean state. According to our correspondent, several health concerns have arisen due to the water in the Thisavava being polluted by visitors coming into the region, and also due to the fact that its water is being extensively used for drinking purposes. The environmental impact on the tank has been massive, as many utilities and litter areas surrounding the tank. Our correspondent adds that more visitors are expected in the region as a result of the school vacation this month. The National Child Protection Authority says that there is a rapid increase in the number of complaints that are being lodged with regard to child abuse. Chairman of the authority, Attorney at Law Anuma Dissanayake, said that around 200 such complaints are lodged daily via the special child line that has been set up for this purpose.
We
are still receiving complaints where court cases can be filed. We also receive phone calls seeking information or advice. These include phone calls which provide us information, but they ask us to resolve it without taking legal action. Accordingly, the NCPA is working towards taking stern action for the betterment of the children. Now, News First brought this situation to the attention of the Minister of Child Development and Women's Affairs, Tissa Karaliadda. He noted that public support is imperative to minimize child abuse that is increasingly rapid.
We constantly hear of children being abandoned at roadsides or being ill-treated. So the ministry is working closely with the police and has implemented many programs to prevent these acts. The ministry is very concerned about this situation. Many programs are being carried out to look into this situation.
A new branch of Laks Satosa was declared open in Debra Vavatissa Maharama yesterday. The function to declare open the outlet was held under the patronage of Speaker Chama Rajapaksa.
The outlet which was opened yesterday was the 204th Laks Satosa outlet to be opened in the country. There is a problem these days, the price of paddy. Paddy can't be sold. The main reason for this is that we all cultivate the same variety of paddy at the same time everywhere. So we need to ensure the paddy meets the required standard, the needs of the market are met, and that it is sold at a good price.
Those residing in the Attanagalla area who have made manufacturing drums their livelihood are facing many problems as a result of being unable to continue plying their trade.
Several residents of the Alavala area who have traditionally been manufacturing drums for several years now are in dire straits. They charge that they are unable to continue plying their trade due to various reasons. These include the lack of a proper market for their products and the difficulty in obtaining the required raw material.
Although we manufacture these products, we cannot market them, so there is less production now. We don't know whether future generations will continue production. We are inconvenienced as a result of not being granted legal facilities to obtain the different varieties of timber required for the trade. If we are to stop imports, then we need to strengthen the local market.
When inquired, Chairman of the Attanagalla Pradesh Sabha said that discussions have already commenced with the Ministry of Economic Development to protect and foster traditional trades in the area. He also said that this problem could be averted subsequent to the area being converted into a tourist zone. The chairman added that consideration will be given towards providing stalls at the shopping complex being constructed in Nittambur if such an appeal is made by those affected.
Take a look at one of our headline stories this afternoon. The Sri Lanka Wildlife Veterinarians Association has commenced a strike based on several demands. The secretary of the association, B. Herat, said that the strike was launched in protest over the lack of a proper program to mitigate the damage caused as a result of the human-elephant conflict. He added that their list of demands include addressing issues such as a shortage of veterinarians and the lack of facilities.
Today we are engaged in a strike. This will continue for the next 5 days. We commenced a strike due to a problem that has been prevalent in the Wildlife Conservation Department over a long period of time. Despite our attempts to resolve the matter, the authorities failed to focus their attention on the matter. The aim of the strike is to urge them to take action to resolve the human-elephant conflict as well as to introduce new steps in this regard.
When we made inquiries from the Director General of Wildlife, Ananda Vijay Surya, he said that the Sri Lanka Wildlife Veterinarians Association has refused to hold discussions with him in this regard.
I was briefed about the problems faced by the wildlife veterinarians 2 weeks ago. The Secretary forwarded a letter in this regard and I was informed to participate at a discussion on the 9th. On the 6th, they sent a letter stating that there is no use holding discussions with the Director General and that they will hold discussions at ministerial level and arrive at a solution. That is what they informed us in writing.